In recent days, something terrible has started happening. Payment processors began using their power to bully platforms such as Steam and itch.io into removing inappropriate content from their platforms, threatening to stop processing payments if they didn't comply. They started doing this because of a group called Collective Shout. So, what is this activist group? And what are their goals? As stated in their website, this group is mostly comprised of white women. Literally, no one is surprised. And their goal is to stop objectification and sexualization of women in media and culture in general. They want to, quote, to bring about cultural change and societal transformation through holding corporations, advertisers, marketers, and media accountable for the objectification of women and sexualization of girls, and encouraging strategic social partnerships that uphold the value of women and girls. Ah, yes, nothing better than censorship to bring about social change. It definitely won't harm anything. So, what they probably did was to go to the payment processors and bullied them into taking actions against Steam and itch.io. Itch.io is a website for indie developers to showcase, sell, and build a community around their games. And they had a lot of not safe for work games on their website. And as of now, they do not anymore. Can you imagine working on a game for years, building a community, making updates, following the laws and regulations, only for the payment processors to come and ruin everything for you? It is absolutely abysmal and sad. The entire library at itch.io has been yeeted and deleted because of these payment processing companies. Steam, notoriously known for its hands-off approach, had to change its rules on what games you can upload on the platform, and they removed some small fries as a sacrifice to this bullying. The games removed from Steam were all pretty low profile. They were all porn games that included incest and rape. But this is censoring and an abuse of power no matter what the target is. And in my opinion, this is completely outrageous and should be straight up illegal for companies to do. I don't care that much about what games they remove, I care more about the fact that they can remove them. I don't want some company telling me what I can spend my money on. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is my money. I have earned it, and I am using it to buy something that is not illegal. And if it were illegal, it wouldn't be on these platforms to begin with. This entire thing is pretty scary because this is what I call a foot in the door. If this movement succeeds and they continue to censor and remove what they don't want to see on these platforms, guess what? Other groups or companies will start doing the same. They will also start bullying these powerful companies to attack their competitors or ideas that they do not like. And before you know it, you have lost your freedom to decide what you want to buy or see on the internet. Which is extremely scary. This all happened because these porn games were inappropriate for these Karens. It is their definition and not a collective one. So that definition can easily change and be applied to other games or content in general. And this has already been tried before. For example, they tried attacking Detroit Become Human and GTA 5. They claimed that Detroit Become Human featured violence against women and child abuse. And for GTA 5, they claim that the game is misogynistic funhouse where players enact their fantasies of using extreme violence against women. Yeah, you totally can't shoot an RPG to any male NPC in the game. These big brain Karens really thought that this is the reason why people buy these beloved games. Haha, I bought GTA 5. I can finally torture women. Let's go! It is absolutely ridiculous. I am sensing some sort of a messed up mental state, like most activist groups that have popped up in the last 10 years.
I am the crazed CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., the DEI-obsessed censorship mafia who is currently ruining and wokeifying all of the video games that you've ever played.
If I had to make some assumptions about them, they are probably privileged as fuck to have this much free time on their hands to go after porn games. They probably experienced some sort of an issue with a significant male person in their life, whether it was their dad or lover, and now their hatred for males has reached a boiling point, and they are taking action against it. They think they are doing something morally right, but they don't even know how blind they are. Who cares about violence or sex in video games? It is a fucking video game with characters that do not exist in real life for fuck's sake. So let people enjoy whatever they want to enjoy. It is not hurting anybody. They are fantasies. And if you are an adult, you probably can separate fantasies from reality. And these are tagged as adult games for adults. Anyway, this further proves my foot in the door point. They couldn't succeed much with these two games since they are extremely beloved and too big. But now they went for smaller games and they won. From here, they can keep stretching their definition of inappropriate and keep censoring games. Oh, what is that? You are killing a female in Dark Souls? Banned! There's incest in Elden Ring? Banned! While we are at it, let's just cancel George R. R. Martin altogether. He seems misogynistic, right? What? 2B is a hot robot? Objectification of woman? Banned! Or they can remove my game Beach Pass from Steam for being too difficult. Yes, I am a game creator myself and I have recently released my second game called Beach Pass. It's a difficult platformer inspired by games such as Alt F4 and Getting Over It. Making your game visible on this huge market is extremely difficult, so I would appreciate you guys if you could check it out and give me some feedback. Back to Karen's. Hell, they can even make sure that games of the same nature can't come out, because if you can't make money at all, why would you create those games? Why would you risk having a female character in your game if it can lead you to getting removed from all platforms? Obviously, this collective shout group is powerless on its own. If you get rid of this group, another one will take its place. The real villains here are the payment processors that agreed with this nonsense. They hold a power that they shouldn't have. Processing payments are at the core of every industry out there, and they shouldn't be able to have a say in this. They should be held accountable. A company shouldn't have the power to act as a pseudo-government and create its own rules for people to follow. That is the government's job. Japan has already started taking action against these credit card companies. Because as probably many of you know, a lot of porn games are created in Japan. So when they tried to censor them and withheld payments to the creators in Japan, the government got involved. Taro Yamada, one of their politicians, plans to investigate these payment processors. And even their Ministry of Trade is considering taking action against them. The creator of Nier, Yoko Taro, commented on the situation saying, quote, "When payment processors, which are tied to the entire distribution infrastructure, can make decisions on their own, it could even be used to censor another country's free speech. It is not just about adult content or expression. It feels like a security hole affecting democracy as a whole." And he's completely right about this. It is literally financial bullying or terrorism. Japan is known for its freedom of expression, and this is a direct threat to their freedom because they know better than anyone that if you can censor one thing, you can censor everything. They literally had fought their own inner battles on censoring art before. In 2010, there was a discussion in Japan to censor sexually provocative depictions of characters which looked under 18. But the entire artist community came together and prevented that. They didn't even let the weakest link get targeted. And that is the way you do it. That is the only way you can have total freedom of expression. Because once someone censors one piece of art, all other forms of art are under threat. And this censoring of art has happened far too many times throughout our history. Only people who want to control others rely on such tactics. For me, this is no different than Nazis censoring art. It is only done in a much smaller scale. For now, that is. And these companies are absolutely looking for more ways to control other people and have more power than they ever did before. This should really make you concerned and outraged because the implications have no limits at this point. We shouldn't let some people come together and act as a moral authority over the rest of us, no matter who they are. And we especially shouldn't let some companies dictate how we decide to live our lives and how we decide to spend our money. Please be louder than these Karens and cause a backlash against these payment processing companies. Because at the end of the day, these companies do not care about morality or being good. They only care about profits. We have seen this happen with big companies all the time. They always try to follow the trend to gain people's favor and ultimately their money. Just like how every company was pro-LGBT until Trump got elected. And now they don't even celebrate the Pride Month. So these people are just shouting loud. We can shout louder. Let's not give in to this mess. Thanks for watching and please spread this information. See you next time.